All right, guys, so we are going to get started. This is the lesson for today, Tuesday, September 5th. And I miss y'all. Hope you are having a great day, and I can't wait to hear about your long weekends when I come back. All right, so let's get started. All right, so first of all, you need to remember this part right here. Skip a page in your notebooks for 2-1, because that will be your unit page. So your DSP number 4 is actually going to be on 2-2. So pause the video whenever you need to make sure that you get everything down. So go ahead and pause the video, write your questions down, then we'll go over the answers. So pause the video. Okay, so our answers. What's the difference between mass and matter? Hopefully you've written down that mass is a measurement of how much matter is in an object. And matter is anything that has space, or anything that takes up space or has mass. So mass and matter are definitely related, but they're very different. Number 2. This is kind of an opinion question, so you guys are in charge of listing those. I need 3 ideas, so just make sure that you've got 3 ideas written down, and we'll go over those together when I get back on Thursday. Or Miss Call will go over them with you tomorrow, either one. All right, so pause if you need to. Get done with whatever you need to get done. Okay, so now we're going to go back to 2-1. So this is our unit page. Go ahead and write down Unit 2, Conservation of Energy Within a System, like it's on your screen, and then pause the video, obviously, and you're going to draw 5 pictures on this page, on 2-1, that come to mind when you hear the word energy. So pause and draw. Great job. Okay. So now we are going to watch a quick video about our 2 main forms of energy, which are called potential and kinetic. Pause, rewatch the video. If you have questions, jot them down somewhere so that you can remember what they are, because they're really important questions. Okay, so we're going to go to our video of potential and kinetic energy. So here it is. All right, and we are going to watch potential and kinetic energy story. Ooh, first of all, I hope that you're taking note, and I want you to think about what the difference between an Xbox and an Xbox Kinect is. Any thoughts? If you've ever played with an Xbox Kinect, you have to use your hands as the controllers. You are like moving. So keep that in mind as we watch the story of kinetic energy and potential energy.
Once upon a time, a very small man had...
Oh, one more thing. You do not need to take notes. Just watch the video. We'll pause and talk about things as we go. But you don't need to write anything down yet.
...to battle with a very large giant. The only thing that the small man had going for him was his sling. When he let loose with it, the mass of the stone combined with its speed to give it kinetic energy with which it was able to do work on the giant, thereby applying force and exerting that force through a distance. The stone had energy thanks to its movement.
But here's my question. Didn't we say that the stone is matter? What is your evidence for the stone being matter? Any thoughts? You should be thinking it takes up space and it has mass. So things that are matter can have energy, right? You are matter. You matter, you are matter, but you also have energy, and there are some times that you don't have as much energy as others, so we have to think about that.
Indeed, everything that moves has energy, even the air around us. Once air is moving, it has the energy to drive windmills. Just as when water is moving, it has the energy to drive water mills. But if every moving thing has kinetic energy, does that mean that things which aren't moving don't have energy?
What do you think? If things are not moving, do they have energy? Can things that don't move have any energy at all? Can you think of anything that does not move, but it might have energy? I hope you're thinking. Because some things that come to mind for me are like batteries. Batteries don't just get up and walk around, but they hold energy. All right, here we go.
In that case, why are you staring up at that rock perched on the edge of the cliff? Why be frightened of it? It can't have any kinetic energy because it's not moving. And if it hasn't any kinetic energy, it can't do any work on you, can it? But maybe you'd better move out of the way all the same. because of the rock's position on the edge of the cliff. It hasn't any movement so far, but it looks as if it's on the point of having quite a lot of movement any minute now. Because the force of gravity wants very much to make it fall off the cliff. That means that, in a sense, the rock has a lot of energy stored up in it. A lot of what scientists call potential energy, or the energy of position. The slightest puff of wind, and that potential energy will immediately start being transformed into kinetic energy.
So what I want you to think about here is if someone says that someone has a lot of potential, what does that mean? For me, if someone tells me that I have the potential to be a world-famous opera singer, then I have the ability. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to accomplish that goal, but I have the ability to do that. So I want you to kind of think of potential energy in that way as well. It's stored energy. Most of the time it's stored because it has the potential to become kinetic energy. It's kind of how we're going to think about it for these next couple of weeks as we talk about energy in general.
That's how the energy of position becomes the energy of movement. Don't look now. But it's time to use some more kinetic energy to do some more work on that giant. Whoops. Hold on. What's happening? Let's do that again in slow motion. The stone lost more and more speed as it left your sling because of the force of gravity trying to pull it down.
All right, and we are actually going to pause there. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seats about what's going to happen with our little man in the slingshot, but we're going to come back to this another day. So I hope that you've kind of got a grasp on the basics of potential and kinetic energy. So we're going to go back to our PowerPoint, and now you are going to make a new page in your notebooks. Yay! So go ahead and open up to a new page, 2-3, and title it, please, Energy Flowchart. So as you saw from the video, we have this big, broad term of energy, and you are going to copy this down in your notebook as you go. So if you need to pause at any point to make sure you got everything down, please do. Go right ahead. Take your time. So in 2-3, we're going to start, obviously, titling the page. Then we're going to, at the top of your page, go ahead and write our definition of energy, the ability to cause change or do work. So, like we said, remember our science secret. Everything is either matter or energy. So this is when we're going to talk about energy. And so energy, this is your big, bold definition. We can break this up further, though. So, wha-bam! We have kinetic energy, or the energy of motion. And we have, wha-bam! Potential energy, which is stored energy. So we are going to make a flow chart. Today, we're only going to talk about these two, and we can break all of our energies up into either kinetic or potential energy. There are going to be 10 that we talk about this year. We're only going to add one to our flow chart today. So underneath kinetic energy, go ahead and add our very first one we're going to talk about, which is thermal energy or heat. So we've talked about thermal energy a lot, and this is where it comes from. Heat is thermal energy. It's a type of kinetic energy. The way that I think about it, when you add thermal energy to particles, what do? They move more. So the more heat you have, the more your particles move. So it is a type of kinetic energy. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so pause, write this down, leave the rest of your page blank. We are going to fill it, and that is okay. So we're going to come back to it, though. So we're going to talk specifically about thermal energy for a little while. So I want you to read through this, make a decision, and actually, so I'm not going to read it to you. It's this little scenario, but on Google Classroom, you can go and you can take this little formative assessment. It's not a quiz, but you're going to take this and then submit it. When you're done, you have a to-do list, and here is your to-do list. Ta-da! Love y'all, bye!